I think as humans, before we are Americans, before we are anything else, as humans, we need to have that dialogue between different faiths, because intolerance and hatred comes from ignorance. That's the womb from which it is born. And ignorance comes from lack of building adequate bridges among different faiths, among different people. So if you want to build empathy between religions, you need to reach out and understand. Without those bridges, there will be intolerance on both sides. And as a very small minority in United States in particular, coming to United States, we are probably 2.7% or so of the population base. I would say it is incumbent on us to reach out, to educate people.
From very beginning, I have felt that there has to be an organization that fights Islamophobia, and I don't believe there is a single organization which has a very single focus, mission and goal. ING has that goal.
I think many Muslim organizations have seemingly lofty ideas of working through Washington, D.C., through politics, and ING is reaching out to children in schools and changing one mind at a time and one heart at a time.
ING is unique in that it does go from the bottom up and in a manner which is about education. And ING plays a very important role in providing a much needed source of authentic information for Islam in a professional manner, so people could actually grasp the concepts as opposed to being threatened.
In times of economic adversity, in times of changing political landscapes, in time of changing socio-economic demographics, the societies react in different ways, and intolerance usually rears its head in times when these changes are coming along, because it is always easier to explain hatred or phobias by giving them a guise of religion. You see a lot of rhetoric in the media, you see a lot of, and a lot of times it's not that people are ill-intentioned. I have great faith in the American population at large. Once they are informed, they make a good decision. But if you let the rhetoric to be given out by people in the media or by politicians or by special interest groups, you will never get your voice. Unless we reach out between different faiths, we're not going to build that bridge, and we're not going to find that sympathetic ear to understand that a lot of the things that we see happening in the rest of the world. See, as immigrant, it's not that all American Muslims are immigrants, but a big significant portion of us are immigrants. So somehow the stereotype of our country of origin or the political exigencies of that country seem to be rubbed onto us.
I come from Pakistan. 99% people are Muslim. What dialogue I'm going to have with anybody who's non-Muslim? So I just assume that everybody is like me, hence there is no dialogue necessary. Well, when you go to a country where that's not true, you have to realize that this is not Pakistan anymore. So I live among different religions, I live in different ethnic backgrounds, I live among different cultures. So I must understand and they must understand me. This is how we can live in peace and harmony. So I think it's common sense that I don't think we have a choice about it. It's not that some people say, oh, ING should be in the interfaith business and should not be in interfaith business. I think we have no choice.
And if you look in the Sunnah of the Prophet, he himself, mashallah, was a great example of interfaith dialogue and outreach.
I'm a student of history, and I love learning about the era of Muslim Spain, Muslim China, and of the many times that they've lived in prosperity side by side with people of other faith. Those eras have always appeared to me as being full of beauty and harmony. And I think ING's work works towards that beautiful harmony and coexistence of people of many faiths, and that to me makes ING's work very beautiful.
ING operates sheerly on the energy and passion of the individuals who are running it. It runs on a very, very meager budget. I'm involved with some other non-profits, and I'm always very impressed with how well they perform in spite of a very small budget.
Most of the Muslims like to donate directly to a cause like building a mosque. Right? That is what I call the first order of donation. The second level of charity is when you do something that has a benefit and that get hasnas to you. The ING is a third level of charity, where it is such a global thing that what it does, then it goes to kids, then kids do something good, then it comes back to you. So it is far removed from a direct benefit from an individual. As a result, I think it becomes very difficult to raise funds for ING. We as highly educated people should understand what are the challenges the Muslim community has. So things which are second or third removed from that, we need to be funding that. And that is what motivates me to fund something like ING, because I see that these organizations, since they don't have a direct hasna kind of a benefit, will be starved otherwise.
As humans, we need to think bigger, we need to think global, we need to think about the challenges that our generations, your children, my daughter, kids of other Muslim families will feel. We have all had stronger convictions because we were raised in a very comfortable environment. We were raised in a comfortable blanket of our own religion, of our own culture. Our kids are growing up in a very different environment, which may, God forbid, given the challenges that I talked about, changing economic dynamics of United States or the Western world at large, the changing political environment, it may become a very difficult environment for our children to grow up in. Unless we can make it comfortable for them and build the very necessary bridge between them and their neighbors. I think ING has a very, very compelling case for its existence. And it is probably the best possible time, given all the exigencies we talk about, to expand its mission and go beyond.